Hey climbers, and welcome back to the Treehouse. My name's Ree and this is the tarot tree, and in today's video I just thought we'll do a little unboxing and first impressions of another deck that's come in. I know I have a problem, but you'll forgive me when you see which one it is. I've left a few riddles again, but you'll forgive me when you see which one it is. As I've kind of mentioned, the last couple of months have been a bit challenging. Particularly April was quite a heavy month, despite it being my birthday month. And I know a lot of you guys have been sharing like your most comforting decks. You know, it was a good tag that was going around, and I realised that was something in my collection that was missing actually for me. I looked at my decks and thought, where is my comfort deck here? There are obviously a lot of decks that I love and that kind of have supported me through different parts and phases of my life, but I didn't really feel like I had like too many hug decks, you know, especially a tarot deck. More so oracles kind of perform that function for me so far within my collection, but I'm hoping this might change the tides. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So I actually ordered this from the Little Red Tarot. This is another really good shop for UK buyers in terms of indie decks, and they support a lot of like great kind of, you know, creators there from the LGBTQ community, you know, those from ethnic minority backgrounds, and they just do a lot of good work within tarot and the tarot community in general. So definitely check them out, because they definitely help us out with these indie decks for sure. They have a great selection a lot of the time, and you know, they always package things really well. I don't know if you can see this, so we're going to get this out. That's the main deck, but they always put little bits and bobs in, which I feel I need to show you. Like, oh, this is the big card of the, I don't know if you guys have, if you've been on my channel, you see I have like a few of these decks, and this is the Flora Healing deck. Wow, this is actually a literal card from the deck. That's so cool. Yucca, what's that for? Channel. How do you channel light and release darkness? Oh, okay, that's a very interesting card to come with this deck actually. That's really cool. Oh, it's made me want the full size even more. I love these rounded corners, but that is this what they always do. They always put a tarot card in, so watch out for that if you order from them. And a really sweet new deck interview spread. So maybe we can do that with this deck at the end. That would be pretty cool, right? So without further ado, let's open you up, guys. What other deck could it be? You know, what deck rather could this be other than, oh, okay, it's gonna be like pass the parcel. We got a few layers here. Oh my gosh, it really is a Shrek moment. I love this pink color though. Think about it, guys. What deck do I always say? I want a comforting deck. I've been speaking to a few of you because so many of you sing this deck's praises very highly. Oops, one last bit. We'll finally expose you. It is the Gentle Tarot. Whee! I finally got it, guys. I can jump on the bandwagon with you lot and hopefully enjoy its, I don't know what's happened here. I've destroyed this display completely. I'm so scrambled. Oh, I didn't realize it was going to come plastic wrapped, so this is going to be fun watching me fumble this. Oh, okay. Oh, they did me a great service. It was already open somewhat. So yeah, it came up. I've been waiting for this because I wanted to try and get it from a stockist closer to me, just to kind of take the postage price down a little. And luckily Little Red Tarot got it in. I think they have, this is the second edition I believe, and the pocket edition they have in stock, and they're going to get the linen edition now. Me and Cara from Moonlight Arcana have spoke about this. I was definitely go watch her videos on this deck too, because you know, she does a comparison of the two types. So there's the linen finish, which I genuinely feel like I may get if I get on with this deck. Obviously I don't want to jump the gun yet, but I do love linen finish. It's probably my favourite finish on cards, and I actually like how colour kind of pops on that sort of cardstock. For me, I like how colour looks on that. so that'll be interesting. The main reason I went for this edition was because of the book. I wanted the guidebook. I know you can buy it kind of separately, I think, now if you go for the pocket edition and the linen edition, but I just thought, you know what, if I'm going to have this deck for the first time, let me just get an all-inclusive, you know, make it easier for myself, because I really feel like having the book is needed for this deck, because there are some deviations, as we'll see as we go through, and I just definitely want to see what Mari kind of brings to her sort of perspective on the cards, because she's such an interesting character, a really lovely person, and follow them on Instagram and everything, so yeah, definitely check her page out. I really hope I'm using the right pronouns there. Okay, so what do? We got this two-part box, which is cool, which actually has the thumb, whatever they're called, those notches, which actually helps. We've got this lovely little book, chunky little white book. Oh, and it even has some of the images. That's really cool. Definitely looks like there's a decent amount of write-up there as well. That's really nice. A couple of paragraphs. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, it's gilded. Stay wild, dear heart. Oh, I love when their boxes have like little images on the underside. That's cool. So, oh guys, I didn't realise. Oh, that's a really nice matte kind of bronzy gold gilding. That's so cool. The backs are beautiful and obviously fully reversible, I think. Yeah, they are. So dreamy. I just, you know, I've been like eyeing up this deck so much, seeing all you guys, a lot of you have it. It's very well liked in this community. And just feeling it really does have these healing vibes, which I'm kind of desperate need of at the moment, to be honest. I need a gentle deck, and you know, aptly named the Gentle Tarot, hopefully that serves this purpose. So this Ace of Cups is beautiful. Oh, off the bat as well, I have to say I really do love the color coding. You can see, oh, you can kind of see it there like a rainbow amongst the gilding. I love that. I just think that's so cool, and the colors are so, it sounds weird to say it because it sounds oxymoronic, like bright and muted, but do you know what I mean? They're rich colors, they're deep colors, but they're kind of muted at the same time, and I like that. They're like deep pastels. Does that make sense? I'm a really big lover of pastel colors, as you can probably tell from like everything I wear on my channel. But yeah, there's something about it that makes me happy when I see it. So yeah, and let's get cracking. Let's have a look at these cards, shall we? Ace of Cups. That's beautiful, because you just see that offering the hands, and I really love that. This almost looks like a kind of little, like a tit. It does remind me of those birds. It might not be, but I get blue tits in my garden, and they're really one of my favourite birds. I think they're very funny and quite cute to watch. I love this. These look like snowdrops. I do feel like there might be some botanical, like flower language in this deck that I'll have to look into, and that's really cool, because that's obviously something I'm learning at this moment in time. Plus fits in with a lot of my other deck studies for that. The Two of Cups. Oh, wow! I didn't even notice that at first. There's like drawings as faces and hands, almost like kind of silhouette-y there, holding the cups. That's really cool. Two of Cups. That's interesting. It's an interesting take on the Two of Cups, that. Because they're not, are they? Oh gosh, yes, they are feeding each other. That's this one's hand and this one's hand pouring into each other. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Three of Cups. Yeah, we get that lovely celebratory, and we get that sort of nod to the divine feminine, you know, those female friendships that are so important in life. I love that, and it's just like having fun near a waterfall. It's beautiful. Four of Cups. I'm loving these sort of universal beings that are used in here at the moment, these kind of androgynous figures. I do like when people do that with decks. I just feel like it makes it a bit more, well, I guess the word is universal, isn't it? But there's something elemental about it, even though it's a human figure, if that makes sense. I love that they look kind of lost in that Four of Cups, you know, that really despondent, kind of hugging their knees, like looking quite worried. I feel that really speaks to the energy that the Four of Cups can kind of talk about sometimes. Kind of stuck in what you're looking at and not focused on what you have in front of you. And there's even really interestingly here, the person is looking over and there's rain on this side. I've just noticed that. And the sun and like a new dawn here with kind of a dawn chorus like bird singing is here. Oh, that's a really interesting little symbol going on there. Five of Cups. Yeah, we do definitely get that energy here. I like that we have the aurora or the northern lights showing up here. That's really interesting that they picked to put that in there. I don't know, I was getting some sort of intuitive hit as to why for a second there, and it's just left me. So left the chat. Yeah, to come back to that. But as you can see, this cup suit, all of them are like outlined in blue, which I think is really beautiful. It really makes them stand out. Six of Cups. Get this sort of nod to kind of sisterhood here again. Though you may have gone your own separate ways, it looks like. I don't know, I'm getting a whole story from this. I'm getting like being in a tribe or a village, and one sister or one friend has had to move on, you know, to the next, you know, through marriage or something, but they're still there, you know, saying hi to each other even though they're grown now, remembering their childhood days, you know, and the place they come to meet is the river. And obviously that symbolises all the emotion. It's really beautiful. I love the rainbow there as well, very like sentimental, nostalgic rainbows, aren't they? Seven of Cups, I love this. You do get that choice. I love it. It's just all of these kind of, you know, bits and bobs. Really love the colour. I like the contrast here because it's like the flames are creating this sort of shadow on his face. I like that. Eight of Cups. Dang, this girl's not worried about any of those that she's left behind. She's drinking from that 8th cup. I really like that, walking into the sun. That is someone who's really made their choice of where they're going. I like that. That's really empowering, that card, because the 8 of Cups can sometimes be quite melancholic, but that brings an air of, you know, let's bring it back. It brings an air of excitement and kind of, you know, what's the word? Yeah, like excitement, like, yeah, what are we walking into next? Standing with the head held high. The 9 of Cups. Yeah, she's enjoying herself, even though it's raining, it's everything going on. She's got her flowers, she seems very content. 10 of Cups. Oh, we've got that family nod there. All the eggs and are they quails? Not sure what bird this is, but they definitely look like a pairing that pairs for life. Now the seed, okay, so this is where it's going to deviate. So seed is the page. We've got a little otter, that's so cute, because they do have that young energy about them, don't they? I like that. The root is the knight. Interesting that the word root was chosen for knight. Why is that? Do we have an explanation in our little book? Let's have a look. Why is root? Do we get told why? Bum, bum, bum. Okay, it says the core cards have been replaced because they're representative of internal stages of growth with a direct connection to nature and a conscious distancing from colonial symbols. Okay, this is really cool. This is where it kind of really dives into the artists, you know, trying to create something very like something very inclusive and stepping away from more of those dark kind of connections to the tarot, I guess, that really didn't serve a lot of, you know, a lot of ethnicities, a lot of indigenous people, you know, and I feel that's great that we have to deviate from that and to not kind of shy away from that. So that's really cool. So we have seed and we have root, so that's interesting. So yeah, seed is the start, then something's taken root, that's the knight. Okay, I understand that. Now it makes more sense. I have to look up what fish that is. Flower is when it's coming to bloom. That's very interesting. This sort of crane, I think, of cups. That is quite a mothering energy. And the harvest. Ah, okay, so that's when literally you're gathering everything up as the king now. Okay. And we have like a mountain goat that looks like, that's a really interesting pick for a cups card. I almost feel like assume to always have like water creatures, do you know what I mean? It's interesting. I just realised we weren't even going in the we didn't start with the major arcana. How have I just realised that now? That's so funny. I didn't even put it in order. Okay. Alright guys, we're going through the major arcana now. So we have the Fool here. This little fishy diving deep because he's seen a rainbow, but who knows what's down deep in that water. It's a Finding Nemo moment. The Magician. Oh, that's beautiful. I also love that the colours that are kind of chosen to depict these suits, like the purple for the major arcana, is like more linked to those sort of higher kind of spiritual chakras, the colours. That's pretty cool. The Magician. I love that it's a female. We have this sort of fire magic going on here. That's really interesting. Definitely that kind of magic element. The High Priestess being an owl. I love that. That's a really good animal to use for that. The Empress. That's interesting. It's like a deer. Okay, mother deer. I can get behind that. I was kind of expecting to see a baby with her, but something a bit different. The Emperor. It's quite a proud looking, stubborn sea lion by the looks of it. Yeah, I can see that. That's an interesting animal pick. So I guess all of the major arcana are animals, right? The Hierophant. I'm not quite sure what this bird is. Is it a cormorant? What are these? I wonder. Seabirds. Yeah, it's a cormorant. Oh wow, you see that knowledge that just, you know, goes into your brain like subconsciously through watching David Attenborough documentaries. I somehow recognize animals. I have no idea how. This is the Lovers card. Okay, so this might not be this might still be a first edition then though, because I was pretty sure that there was meant to be alternate cards for the Lovers in the newer edition, or maybe that's just for the pocket edition, because there's meant to be like a animal one and like a more of a androgynous kind of thing. That's cool though. That doesn't bother me that I have the original. It's very sweet. I do like that. I like that sort of yin yang, that sort of nod to the masculine and feminine energies too. I do like that. The Chariot is a bear when he's going salmon fishing. Yes, that really makes sense. We've got a lot of energy of Chariot here, whether it's the stream, whether it's the salmon going fast up the stream, or whether it's the bear coming for them, you know. A lot of forward movement there. I like that. Kind of that sort of beware when you're just going ahead, like without looking, you know. With these salmon, they're so focused on getting to their breeding grounds that they might not be as wary, you know. It's quite tenuous for them to do this journey. They're usually so safe in the sea, but they're so exposed when they do this, you know. That's how bears get a good meal, right? Strength. This sort of, it's a humpback whale. It's definitely one of the bigger whale families. I love, what is it wrapped up in? That's really interesting. Getting all this rainbow kind of energy. Strength. They are a strong creature though, you know. If you think of how far these things can dive. They've got one of the biggest kind of, is it the amygdala? It's the part of the brain that kind of governs emotions and things like that. I actually feel like it's more complex than ours, you know. It's fascinating. So they're probably more empathetic, more social than we are, and we ever gave them credit for. The Hermit, the fox, all bundled up. Yeah, foxes do emit that wise energy, don't they? I know people kind of attest, like, kind of marry them to the idea of being sly or crafty and that, but I don't know. Have you ever had a fox look you in the eye? There's something quite deep about that. I don't know. I had quite a profound moment with a fox when I was younger. In my the house I lived in at the end of my teenagehood, I had this, like, where my room was, my window sort of looked out, but we had an extension of like where the bathroom was kind of built, and so I could see the roof of the bathroom kind of extension. It's a flat roof from my window. And one day I was just laying in bed, like looking out, like in, you know, the morning time. I might have even got woken up by this, because I just like heard like a thud, 2 thuds. I've looked out, and just staring at me, like at the top of this roof. I had no idea how this fox managed to scale the garden wall that was like about 10-12 feet high, and then managed to jump from that to this roof and then stare at me in the window. I don't know how he did it. It's the most majestic fox I've ever seen in my life. I was actually had to think twice, did this actually happen? Was it real? And just stared into my soul, and I just thought, yeah, spirit guides and things, they're real. This reincarnation is real. Everything is real to do with this sort of animal wisdom, totem animal kind of realm. It was fascinating, and I just looked so wise. It was just such a deep and profound moment in life. But yeah, I digress. The Wheel of Fortune. I like that we have this sort of wheel of flowers. I'm guessing maybe some of them come out at different seasons. I could be wrong, but I do like when kind of seasons are incorporated in the Wheel of Fortune. Justice. We have this small black bag and this small white bag. It's like yin and yang energy again, that sort of balance. Are there seeds in those bags? What are these? Let's have a look. What is this Justice card about? Because that's quite intriguing. What seeds have you sown? Yes, they are seeds. Cause and effect. I like that. That's a good question to pose. The Justice card. It's a card I struggle with, actually, knowing how to read it really when it comes to certain questions. So yeah, the Hanging Woman. I like that. She actually looks like she's having quite a fun time adopting a new perspective, right? Very freeing. And I guess when we get into these states, sometimes I can see the hanged person or the hanged man or hanged woman as quite a stifled energy sometimes. I know it's a pause, and pauses can be good, but maybe for some of us who kind of struggle with that, it can feel a bit like, oh, stuck energy. But here we're not getting that. We're getting her enjoying, like, finding a new perspective in life, like almost like embracing a different way of life. And that's what a hanged, you know, woman, hanged man is all about, is you're taking that moment to kind of kick on to something better, right? It doesn't have to be very like stationary. There can still be some, you know, action happening in that, but even if it's just in the mind, you know, that's pretty cool. Death. So we have this hermit crab leaving one shell into another. That's interesting. That definitely speaks to the transformation that death nods its head to. Reinventing yourself, that reinvention. I always find hermit crabs so funny. I feel like they've got such personality. I genuinely feel they actually go and they pick out which one they like the best. Like, for some reason, oh, that looks better, it looks more bougie. They seem like a bougie animal to me. Yes, temperance. Yeah, we get that balancing of emotions here for sure. We always also have these sort of whale kind of shadows in there too, so that's pretty cool. Serene, very serene energy. The Devil. Yes, we have all of that attachment energy, that chain. What are you chained to from the past, and you're still dragging, and it looks like it's hurting your feet with all these dark colours and these reds. It's painful to go on with all of that baggage. The Tower. Love, like, when water's incorporated in the Tower. I love how this person's dealing with the Tower moment actually right here. It's everything's coming at them. It's really cool because we're getting all the elements here again. The earth, the water, the fire, and the thunder, which represents like the swords in this deck, if I'm right. I love how this person's dealing with the Tower. I feel this is why it's so good to have a card like this for a gentle deck. It is there, you know, because if we're going to turn to this when we're having a Tower moment, this is definitely a reminder that the rainbow comes with the rain, you know. We can get through this if we just kind of stay calm, you know, stay grounded, nurture our own inner fire inside, you know. We'll get through this dark night. I like that, because we all need, the Tower can be a very confronting card. The Star, oh, I love the colours in this. It's so simple, but it's so beautiful. I love how it's like reflected in the water and as well. She's like reaching her hand out, like it's like the shooting star is coming to her. We get that healing energy, we get that wish upon a star energy, that hope. That's really cool. The Moon, oh, I love this card. I really do love this card. This is one of the cards that really drew me into this deck, actually. I love the feminine energy here. I love that the moon is reflecting on the water. Kind of gets us to reflect when we're in this moon energy, to face. I love how she's facing the moon. It's like facing her fears, facing the illusions, you know, and it's like the moon has quite a serene expression on her face, as in like, don't be worried, like you're okay. It's okay to face these things, and we'll find our balance, because again we have this black and white kind of element that always reminds you of the concept of yin and yang. The Sun, yeah, very happy expression. I like this. We've got dancing in the Sun card, you know, can't go wrong with that, can we? Success, happiness, everything that we want's coming our way. It just makes you feel happy to look at it. Judgment. This is actually a very good depiction of judgment. It seems simple, but a snake, you know, what other kind of creature could be used to kind of highlight kind of moving on into your next stage? You know, snakes shed their skin, they grow. That's what judgment is about, leveling up. If the snake wants to kind of get bigger, it has to let go of the past, you know. That's what judgment is about, you know, seeing it through. You've made it. The World card. I like this, because we've got the eagle, and then we've got this like fish character, and these animals, well, this has definitely already cropped up already. I'm guessing an eagle probably will too. Do you get that sort of cycle kind of energy, cyclical energy, endings, like surrender energy here from the figure as well, onto the next stage. I like that. The Unseen. Okay, so this is like an extra card. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure what I'm getting from it right now, to be honest, because it's just a lot of shapes on a black background, but I'm sure it will come in handy, or if not, it can always be taken out. And now we're on to the Pentacles. Okay, we have the Ace of Stones. Oh, I love that. It's like holding the globe in his hand and giving it to you, proper like opportunity, a material world opportunity. I like that. That's really simple but really cool. I've never seen an Ace of Pentacles depicted in that way before. It's almost like it's coming from the universe as well, like it's being handed down from something higher, you know, because this hand is in space. That's really cool. Two of Stones, we definitely get that juggling Two of Pentacles energy here, but it doesn't seem as kind of frustrating as it always seems in other cards. You know, sometimes when I see a Two of Pentacles and it almost looks like a jester juggling, although you might find that comical and stuff, for me it's almost like it's laughing at me, like, oh, come on, find some balance, make a choice. Here you kind of get the indication, which I always get kind of with a lot of Two of Pentacle cards, that there's a figure that they already know what the choice to be made is. And here we have the birds are even kind of saying, go for this one. She's got some Snow White bird kind of companions helping her out with the choice. Three of Stones. Working together. It looks as though they're doing a sort of dance, doesn't it? You know, obviously to the volcano behind. That's pretty beautiful. That's definitely that collaboration kind of effort there. I like that. Four of Stones. Yep, we get that stubborn holding on energy here. Even though she looks like she might have a bit of trouble, if one starts to roll off, she's got her hands there, they're not going anywhere. It seems like by holding on to these, she's missing out on all this growth around her, which is interesting. The Five of Stones. Is this the same character, but after she's lost all of her stones and they've dropped in the water now and there's nothing she could do, and the turtle is blocking her way? This is an interesting take on the Five of Pentacles, actually. I'm not really getting that left out in the cold, but I do get the sort of this figure is lost, has lost these things here. I don't know what the turtle significance is though. I'm intrigued by this, guys. Let's have a look. Space for exploring abandonment. Ah, it's about giving space to your struggle. That's a really interesting take. This person's peering in and also looking at the plight of a turtle. These are meant to be plastic bags, and obviously they can be very troublesome for you know, our marine life, particularly turtles. And it's being able to look at the troubles of others and ourselves. That's really interesting. That's going to be a cool card to explore. 6 of Stones. Yeah, we get that sort of giving aspect, although to what cost here, you know. You get that sort of charity aspect, giving away, but then it can be exploitation, because it's like this hand has none and this one's got them all, but maybe this person can afford to give them all away, who knows. You do get that giving and receiving energy though. 7 of Stones. Yeah, we get the waiting there. I like that we've got this sort of nod to the chakras here as well. That's interesting, with the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat. We've got a third eye and crown. That's really interesting. Why the chakras are chosen in this card. There's this sort of waiting, getting into balance. That's interesting. 8 of Stones, I love it. I've always said this, when I see craftsmanship kind of highlighted in an 8 of Pentacles, I like it because it is all about mastery. And we had another deck with this recently. Is it the Victorian Romantic that has that? A kind of person that's making pottery. That's interesting. Definitely takes a lot to kind of be that kind of skilled in painting and doing that sort of repetitive task. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, she looks very happy, very independent, very free. She reminds me of Pocahontas for some reason, with the tree there as well. I don't know why. That came through strong. 10 of Stones. Okay, this looks like someone that's got their whole farm down, like sorted their business. You know, they seem very happy. They've got everything they need there. Sun shining on them. Got good home life, you know, business. Their emotional well-being seems pretty good. And that's what the 10 of Pentacles was about, like the be-all and end-all, right? Got the Page of Stones as a little doe deer. That's really sweet. The Root of Stones is a sort of flower. That's interesting. For the night, I guess so. It's that slower energy, right? That's interesting. Dependable energy. I guess something growing is a lot slower than something charging at you. Got the Queen of Pentacles with the Flower of Stones, a mother bear. Yeah, I definitely see that as a good pairing for an animal. That's really cool. That's really cool. And we have the King of Pentacles, which is this big kind of, is it buffalo or a yak? With their young as well, like almost teaching them. Yeah, I can see that kind of animal being used as a king there for sure. Now we're going to move on to the swords. So these have been switched to thunder. It's really cool that we have yellow actually for this. Ace of Thunder, we definitely get that spark of inspiration, which Ace of Swords can be, or that kind of that communication coming your way. If you want to look at thunder, almost like telephone lines, I guess. I like that, and I like that it's coming from above again. We get that sort of from the universe kind of feeling from it. The Two of Thunder. This is actually the kind of title card, right? This is what is on the box. You do get that, it's more of a gentle energy, of that kind of stuck energy of the Two of Swords. But she does, you know, she's very encapsulated. There's like seaweed sort of like around her. But we do get this cute like little seal companion that's smiling at us, kind of helping us out, I think. So it's not too foreboding about this choice. Maybe she just needs some rest rather than, sometimes Two of Swords can be that thing. You just an indication to maybe step into a different energy to make that decision. You know, maybe it's not time for us to make that decision yet. The Three of Thunder, very interesting, because we have the heart sort of encapsulated in the kind of visage as well. It's not my favorite, I have to be honest. I kind of in a way like how the thunder's not fully, like it's not attacking, it's not hitting the kind of the heart and mind. I think it's kind of saying that it's harking back to that more mental energy of a Three of Swords. Might not be like complete physical kind of heartbreak and stuff. It could be mental kind of heartache that we can alleviate, or it's in the eye of the beholder, because there's a lot of things in the eyes about your perception. Also, threes can mean expansion, right? So some people read the Three of Swords a bit differently. They don't really see it as that pain, they see it as expansion. So that's interesting. Marrying the heart and the mind there. Deserves a bit of exploration, that one. Four of Thunder. Yeah, we get that resting energy there. I love that they're on a rainbow as well. That's really sweet. Even the thunder is just like, we're just going to lull about down here, okay? We can't be striking right now. Five of Thunder. Yeah, we get that sort of conflict. This fox has nicked all of her branches, or her thunder sticks. I don't know what this is exactly. And she looks a bit put out, but then at the same time, is she helping the fox? What is the deal here? Another one that warrants some reflection. We got the Six of Swords here. Yeah, we get that movement, moving forward to different shores, calmer shores on the whale there. That's beautiful. I do love that. That's a beautiful card. The Seven of Swords. Get this sort of lynx. They're quite sneaky, aren't they? Yeah, I get that energy. They're kind of a sneak prey kind of person, aren't they? Kind of like a sneak attack kind of predator, aren't they? You don't see them till the very last minute. I can see the Seven of Swords in that for sure. The Eight of Thunder. Again, she's not really looking at the thunder here. She's got her back to it, but she is growing stuff. So that's an interesting take. Usually I look at the Eight of Swords as like very stuck energy, but maybe she's not focusing on the new inspiration that's actually behind her. So that's interesting. Got the Nine of Thunder now. We do get that sleepless energy a little bit, because this person's kind of cloaked in the night, and all these sort of neuron sort of looking thunders, bolts sparking off, and it looks like they just want to know. They can't sleep, they're stuck looking at the sun. I think that is, I don't know. I do get sleepless energy from it though, I have to say. And worry. It's almost like they feel like the world's going to fall in on them. Ten of Thunder now. Yeah, you do get with all the darkness. I notice when this deck's trying to depict the more harsher cards in the tarot, it definitely leans more into using darker colours, which is interesting, but there's always a hint of a rainbow, you know, to kind of let you know. Ten of Thunder is the last kind of point of call before we kind of everything comes to an end, you know, all these burdens. And she's even getting a leg up on one there, so that's really cool. Got the Page of Swords, a little Arctic fox by the look of it. Like he's trying to jump off the snow. That's pretty cool. I feel like the animal depictions might take a bit more kind of learning for this deck, to be fair, but it's okay. It's just the court cards, and it could be fun exercise. The Knight of Thunder looks like an albatross. Yeah, they're fast. Big bird as well. Definitely get that energy, that frenetic kind of fast energy of the Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. A female eagle. They're very fast and can strike very quickly, you know. That's how it feels like when a Queen of Swords is talking to you. Very direct. They are a direct apex predator, so that's cool. And we have the King of Swords, which looks like a moose, I think. Interesting pick. Can't quite marry that to it yet. Are they a philosophical animal? I'm not too familiar with, is it a moose or a caribou? I'm not too sure. I'll have to come back to that. And we're on our last suit now, which is the wands. Inspiration again, passion. I wonder what this flower is. Ace of Wands. Like it is. I love how it's still again that nod to the universe, holding its hand out to us and giving us a gift. Because I always see the aces as that. Okay, doesn't really say what the flower is, but it was all about embracing, like passing the baton on, like be your authentic self, embrace your passions, embrace your gifts and talents. I like that. It's like the universe is giving you your flowers before you've even set off on this thing, because it's letting you know you're capable. I like that. That's cool. Two of Wands. Okay, yeah, we can see that she's kind of contemplating, you know, something new there. That want to kind of expand, that thinking about it. She's found some new plants and she's making her way, you know, she's not fully walking up that hill, but she's looking in that direction. And this is like the next kind of scene from that, the Three of Wands, that expansion. She's not only made it up the hill and grown those new plants, but looking to new worlds across the sea. That's really cool. Traveling, that journeying, that adventure. I like that. Very Moana, isn't it? Oh, I love that film. Actually, no, I have no idea. I've just completely lost the lyrics. It's a great song though. Four of Wands. Interesting. We've got these butterfly wings. She's kind of embracing where she's at here. Again, we have the same, like, it almost looks like the same figure from the last, with the kind of growth around her. So maybe she's got content with where she's been at. She's happy. I always see Four of Wands as that. It can mean in marriage. It can be being content where you're at. I do kind of get that. But then again, there's still that nod to like, okay, but you've got wings here that have grown. Like, what are you going to do with them next, you know? Because Four of Wands doesn't have to be a stopping point. For long term, anyway. Five of Wands. What we got here? Yeah, we definitely get that conflict. These two kind of bears that have fighting over territory, I guess. We do that competition element, that conflict element of Five of Wands here. I like that. Six of Wands. Yep, I could see that in there. She's beautiful. She's riding on an eagle. Got that victory, that freedom. She's kind of, yeah, on top of the world. And I guess that's what the Six of Wands feels like a lot of the time, isn't it? Seven of Wands. Yeah, we've got someone here that is creating some boundaries for themselves. Someone's got fire around them, and they've grown, well, you know, we've got crow, which for me is always a sign of wisdom. So they've grown, and where they've gone now, they've become mature, they've become grown, they're setting up boundaries between them and others. I like that. That's a cool card. The Eight of Wands. We almost get this nod to a forest fire here. That's what I'm getting from this. Obviously, that's something that can happen very fast. The Eight of Wands is a very fast energy. So that's what I'm getting from that. That's interesting. The Nine of Wands. I like that we have this sort of, I don't know if it's a lynx again or some sort of from the big cat family, kind of elusively hiding in the shrubbery there. That's interesting for the Nine of Wands. I guess it can talk to that sort of, that waiting and maybe being weary, you know, because they wait a lot of time. They stalk their prey, I guess. That's an interesting take on it. Ten of Wands. Oh, we do get that energy of, you know, burdens, holding on to something, but it will be worthwhile. You know, she's got this big fire, but she's obviously holding it for a reason, and she'll hopefully get to, you know, wherever she's heading and be able to unload it soon. That's pretty cool. Or channel it or do something with it, you know, that inner fire, if that's what it's speaking to. Make something of those burdens, transmute them. Transmute pain into peace. Seed of Wands is the Page of, oh, it's a little seal again. They have that very playful kind of energy, don't they? And that's, the Page of Wands is quite a playful energy to me. It's a passionate and playful energy. I like that. We've got the Knight of Wands, which looks like some sort of polecat or ferret. They're quite fierce, aren't they? I can see why. I can see why that's a Knight of Wands energy again. Quite gung-ho. I love these things like, excuse me, miss. It's like you're saying to the fire, excuse me. We've got the Queen of Wands is a crow. Very beautiful looking crow. An interesting bird choice for it, to be honest. But yeah, they're confident creatures. Smart, intelligent, beautiful. I can see it. Good communicators. And the King of Wands is a wolf. Again, a very interesting pick. Oh, it wouldn't have been the animal I've picked off the bat, but when I think about it, I can see it. That energy in a wolf, especially an alpha in the pack, with the howling, you know. There is that element of, you know, power, but generosity, because they're very family orientated. That's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, that is the Gentle Tarot. Finally got it. I'm sorry, as if I didn't even realise I was doing it kind of out of order for a sec there. What way should it actually have gone? Where I guess maybe the cups go at the end. I don't know. The Fall. It's a beautiful deck. I really do look forward to reading with it, because it does have a gentle energy. I feel like it definitely matches its namesake for sure. What else is there to say about it? It's got some different perspective, which I like. You know, I do like when decks bring that, if they're not too confusing. And it seems like the book, you know, does quite well in explaining where Mari was coming from with this. So that's really cool, because we're not kind of left in the lurch. I just wanted to kind of see how it paired with a few decks. So the one I've been looking forward to pairing it with, you know, from the get-go is my Roots and Wings Oracle. So let's have a look. These are two of my latest decks anyway, so let's see how they go. What way should we do it? Should we do it with like 2 oracle cards or 1 oracle? We could try both anyway. Let's see. The Lovers, the Magician, Journey. Oh, they do look really nice together, has to be said. What do you guys think? I think they look really cool. I love their energies because they marry that sort of animal and kind of nature, you know, landscape kind of energy. Ooh, I like this. Interesting messages I'm getting here too. We just see what they look like with some of the different coloured cards as well. The greens go really nice. Joy, Knight, 2 of Stones. That's really cool. What are you going to pick? And it looks like she's leaning towards Joy, even with the same colours. Oh, isn't that so cool? I love when that happens. And this is even just the darker side. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm definitely sold on this pairing. What do you guys think? Do you have these 2 decks? Do you use them? Do they speak well together for you? What else did I want to try with this deck? What have I got to hand? Let's have a look. Trying to think in terms of like oracle actually with it. Let's see how well, I guess we can kind of note how the floral healing would look with it, with the kind of extra card that we got with the actual deck itself. Let's see how that looks. It's not bad. I think it would probably be better if it was 1 tarot card and 2 oracles, to be fair, but I feel like, again, that sort of plant and botanicals, they're so strong within this deck that any kind of deck like that I feel will go with it. Let me know how you guys, if you've got them both, the Seed and Sickle and the Gentle Tarot, how it goes, because I feel like that could be another good pairing, but I don't have that oracle deck yet. I do feel like I may pick it up this year though, actually, because like I said, I think it's a beautiful deck, and I like that it has this sort of dual system, which is really cool, and I love its artwork, so that's always a plus. We've got one more we can try it with. Let me think. I feel like I'll try it with this next one, which is the Illuminated Earth Oracle, because they do have similar energy in terms of what they're speaking about, the sort of energy they speak to. So let's have a look how this is going to look. Just put some cards down. 5 of Wands, Path, 2 of Stones. I thought that they go alright. What do you guys think? It's not too bad, that. Six of Wands, productivity, 3 of Stones. I'm getting messages from that, you know, work collaboratively. You'll be more productive and you will find success in that. It's pretty cool. 7 of Wands, erosion, 4 of Stones. I think that's really cool. There's a nod to you will be worn down if you try and stay in this kind of stubborn energy over time, with this nod to the erosion there. That's a really interesting take. Maybe there's some, you need to do some kind of exploration into these kind of the level of boundaries you're keeping up, and if you can keep it up long term, or it's just going to kind of gnaw away at you. Standing so strong and so kind of stoic all the time. That's interesting. I like that. This actually might encourage me to use the Illuminated Earth a bit more. I'm actually liking this this combo. Oh, look at how the colours start marrying as well, because I'm seeing this as a whole thing here, like a spirit with the turtles. This is a very Moana, very Avatar, because I get Aang from this figure, and I don't know if you're familiar with Avatar, The Last Airbender. There is like this whole kind of episode, or a few that have him in like the world turtle. Wow, Epiphany. And that really speaks to this card. And okay, fast movement. You're going to have a kind of, an epiphany is a very fast moving thing, isn't it? So we have that, you know, when we take this time to reflect, because remember we said about this card, it's about reflecting on kind of your feelings of abandonment and looking into them, and also looking at others, you know, being able to take that pause. Don't just see it as you being left out in the cold. Reflect on these things. And you're going to have a spark of hope, I think, from this at the Star. Oh, wow. Okay, this was a bit more profound of a pairing than I was expecting. They marry better than I anticipated. I literally just grabbed it because it was there, so that's cool. Okay, I should stop now because I'm just going on and on. But 9 of Wands, Cosmos, 6 of Stones. Okay, I might be reaching with that one, so I'll leave it there. But yeah, there's a few pairings ideas for you guys. Definitely let me know what your favourite pairings are with it, how you use it, etc. I tell you what, I said we'll do the little deck interview, right? So why not? Let's go for it. Doesn't really matter because I want to shuffle it up now, don't I? So I might go off camera to do that, because obviously it's going to take a while to get these a little bit more shuffled. So if you remember, with this purchase, like with all little red tarot purchases, they give you you know, a little kind of new deck interview spread. So I thought we'd just give it a go, give it a little shuffle off camera. So the first question, I'll pop it to the side, but I'll read it out. Number 1, Gentle Tarot. Tell me about yourself. What is your most important characteristic? Okay, let's get one card for that then. Number 1, what is your most important characteristic, please? What is your most important characteristic? One card. Oop. Seems like one card is really sticking out there for I need to take. Okay. That is the Knight of Wands. You know that funny kind of polecat one I gave? That came up, and I was saying it's funny because he's like, yo, don't touch the fire. And what I'm getting from that is, my most important characteristic is to help you manage your emotions. That's what I got off the bat from that. To kind of dim these fires when they're coming up too strong. Wow, that's a really interesting take on the Knight of Wands I got from there. But honestly, guys, that's what I got from that straight away. So that's cool. So that's that. Our second question is, what are your strengths as a deck? Got that first one. I definitely need that. So that's really cool. I wasn't expecting that. What are your strengths as a deck, Gentle Tarot? What are your strengths as a deck for me? Temperance. Okay, it's basically saying the same thing. My strengths are that I'm a very balanced deck, and I can help instigate this and what's the word? Cultivate this in you is the word I'm getting from that. I will help you balance your emotions out. You know, I'm here to help you stay calm when you're in these sort of Knight of Wands energies. I definitely needed a deck like this, that's for sure. That's really cool. Okay, and question 3 is, what are your limits as a deck? Okay, Gentle Tarot, what are your limits? Tell me, what are your limits as a deck for me? What are your limits as a deck for me, please? What are your limits? Oh, that was a very... it flipped itself. 4 of Wands in reverse is almost telling me like... what's the word? I don't know why I'm getting almost like limitless with that. And it's going to be dependent on how I use it. That's what I get from that 4 of Wands in reverse for some reason. Because as you can see, if it was upright, again, we have this sort of waiting for your wings. And that order almost gives me that, you know, we're here to help you grow on from the 4 of Wands is how I'm reading that. Because the 4 of Wands can be when you get to that content sort of, you know, we're in Hobbiton and we don't want to leave, you know, but we're here to move you past that. I'm here to help you process your emotions. That's what I get from that. My limits are only as much as you're going to put on that, I guess. Okay, it's a bit more profound than I was expecting, guys, but there we are. Let's just put the next 3 cards on top of these because obviously we're quite zoomed in today. Good night. Love you too. Okay, so the next question is, what do you require from me in return? How can I best collaborate with you? Okay, how can I best collaborate with you, Gentle Tarot? How can I best collaborate with you? 1 card, please. How can I best collaborate? Death. Oh, what I'm getting from that is be willing to transform. Be willing to take on these messages. It's harking back to this card again, like I'll be limited as far as you limit me with that. Wow. Be willing to step into that new shell with me. Be willing to change. Something I have quite a hard time with, but hey ho, obviously it's been put here to help me with that. It's way more profound than I was expecting, guys. Seriously, this is funny. So the next question is, what is the potential quality of our relationship? Why am I expecting a conflict card? If we get a 5 of Swords or a 5 of Wands, I'm gonna laugh. Oh gosh, let's see. What is the potential quality? Oh, okay. I think I should take that. So 10 of Cups. So what is the second one? And the King of Wands. The 10 of Cups is the one that wanted to come up straight away. It just fell out. Okay, that's interesting. We could have a really good relationship. That's so sweet. Oh, that's really encouraging. And the King of Wands to come out as well. I like that. Because I've probably said this before. King of Wands to me always speaks to Leos and Leo men in particular. And I find them to be I think they get a hard rep sometimes, you know, obviously, you know, people always say to me, oh, they're the attention seekers, they're cheaters, they're this and the next. But I find Leos, especially Leo men, to be very warm and very generous. For some reason, I get on with Leo men particularly quite well. So, or like the masculine Leos, those have to be men, people in their masculine energy. Very protective energy that I like. So that's really cool, because I was expecting a more feminine card to come from this deck, but it did speak to temperance and being balanced, so maybe it definitely has that energy in there too, which I really love. So that's cool. So we've got the King of Wands and the Ten of Cups as our potential relationship. Lovely jubbly. And the last but not least is, what is your guidance for me today? Go on. Give us our first little reading then. General Tarot, what is your guidance for me today? What is your guidance for me today as I'm up in my insomniac kind of state, or cards dropping off everywhere? God, how many cards have we got here? We've got a free card pool. Strength, the Chariot, and the Seven of Stones. So what do I get from that? We have the Empress energy as the bottom deck there, which is my card, one of my cards. For some reason I'm seeing the Chariot as decision in this. I'm seeing as find the strength, you know, to find a direction and move forward, but don't be disheartened by that maybe taking some time, you know, the Seven of Stones. Don't feel burdened or kind of put off by that. It's okay, it will take time, but just find the strength to move forward now, to kind of look in that direction that you want for yourself, because it seems all of these figures are looking a certain way, which when this comes up in a spread for me, it's kind of a nod to say, you know where you want to go. Everything is in a balance and alignment here. Deep down, you know what your direction is. So, you know, be willing to take that step forward, to find the courage to do that. And don't feel like it has to be very, very quick and scary energy in doing so. You know, it can be a process here. That's really cool. So that's my energy for today. And not to create with the Empress as well, because that is sort of the direction I'm wanting to go with my life, is embracing my creativity a lot more and making something of it. So that's really cool. So yeah, guys, thanks for sticking around. If you stuck around this long, that was a really cool little deck interview. If any of you want them questions, I'll try put them in the description, or you can screenshot that if you can see it. I really do like this deck. I'm impressed thus far. I'm really liking the messages I'm getting from it. They're very intuitive, very personal. I like that when I can connect with a deck quite strongly, quite quickly. I was a little bit concerned because of the kind of a lot of the animal energy that I'm not 100% familiar with, and their symbolic kind of meanings. But it'd be really nice to have it in my arsenal to learn more about the animal side of things again. I really like how it marries with a lot of my other decks. That's been really cool to see. And also how, yeah, the kind of system kind of change hasn't thrown me too much. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, definitely check it out if you can. If you haven't got it already, and you're in the UK and you had that sort of kind of apprehension about postage, definitely look at Little Red Tarot. They have a few of the kind of different versions of this in stock right now, and they'll be getting the linen one soon. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, give it a like. I'll be happy to hear from you in the comments. It's always nice to have a dialogue with you guys. I love how the community is growing, the treehouse is thriving. Lovely to see new faces and old alike. I'm really loving this community. Subscribe if you're not yet, if you like the content. I'll have more coming up soon. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.